Why Christians shouldn't be indifferent to poverty. There are several reasons why Christians should not be indifferent to poverty. Firstly, poverty is often the result of systemic injustices and inequalities in society. These can be deeply entrenched and difficult to address, but as Christians, we are called to work towards a more just and equitable society. This includes advocating for policies and programs that address the root causes of poverty, such as access to education, healthcare, and job opportunities. Secondly, poverty can have a significant impact on an individual's physical, emotional, and mental well-being. Chronic stress, lack of adequate nutrition, and exposure to unsafe living conditions can all contribute to health problems that may hinder one's ability to work and earn a living. As Christians, we are called to care for the sick and the vulnerable, and this includes addressing the health needs of those living in poverty. Thirdly, poverty can also affect one's sense of self-worth and ability to envision a better future. When one is struggling to make ends meet and provide for themselves and their family, it can be difficult to see a way out of their circumstances. As Christians, we are called to extend compassion and support to those who are experiencing poverty, to help them see that they are valued and loved by God. Finally, poverty is a concern that is central to the message of the gospel. Throughout the Bible, we see God's concern for the poor and oppressed, and we are called to follow in his footsteps. Jesus himself was born into poverty and spent much of his ministry working with and for the marginalized and vulnerable. In summary, Christians should not be indifferent to poverty because it is a systemic injustice that affects the physical, emotional, and spiritual well-being of individuals and communities. As followers of Christ, we are called to work towards a more just and equitable society, care for the sick and vulnerable, extend compassion and support to those in need, and follow in the example of Jesus, who was born into poverty and worked for the well-being of all people.